Hello guys, welcome to another SoapUI web service tutorial from rcvacademy.com. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how you can do XML parsing using Groovy script, and then how you can populate the required nodes, the values in the required nodes of the XML request before you can send and verify the responses using Groovy script. Now, why is it all important is because when you are doing or designing your end-to-end test cases, which are automated test cases using Groovy script, you will be required to understand all these concepts: how you'll be accessing the XML through Groovy, then how you'll be accessing the nodes, and how you'll be putting the value in those nodes that through the Groovy script. So for example, if I open a particular request, right, so this is the XML. Okay, now if you have to manually do the testing, right, so you can define some of the properties, custom properties, and then provide the path here, the syntax here for accessing the property, custom property at different level, and then you can hit this request manually. All right, and you'll get a response. Now when it comes to the Groovy script, what you can do is you can access this whole request through Groovy script. Then you can access these nodes and populate the nodes with the values automatically, and that's all in one go. And then this request can be sent automatically with the Groovy script itself, and you will get a response. You can also parse the response XML and verify that the values that you are getting in the response XML are actually the values that you intend. So all that verification can also be done just by following one end-to-end Groovy script, which will form the XML request, send it, and verify the response XML and the values in the response XML as well. So now let's get started. So what we'll cover in this tutorial is we'll see how we are going to access XML request through Groovy. Then we'll parse the XML request, and we'll then populate the required nodes in the XML request. All right. Now before we get started, let me create a new Groovy script for XML parsing. So I'll just say XML parsing. I'll give a name, and okay. Now here in this file you would have seen, I'll copy everything here from here to the XML parsing. Okay, so in the previous tutorial we have already seen how you are going to access the XML request through Groovy, right? So we'll reiterate that as well, and then we'll see how to populate the required nodes in the XML request. Now here, before you can start with the XML parsing, you need to import this particular class, the highlighted one, com everywhere SoapUI support .xmlHolder. This is provided, so you just import this particular class if you want to parse any of the XML. That's the prerequisite for that. Okay, now let's go ahead and access the XML request first. And in order to access the XML request, we have already covered in the previous tutorial. So what you need to do is you just need to I'll just say test runner, and then depends which XML request you want to access. So let's say we are going to access the request for the add. Okay, so this request, the request in the custom property for this add soap request is what we are interested in accessing. Okay, so test runner, and you are at this particular step, so you have to go to the test case level first, and then come to this particular step again. Okay, so test runner dot test case dot test steps. Okay, and now you are in this test steps. Now you have to provide which test step you want to look for. So I'm looking for the add. Just provide the name, and then now you are in the add request, and just say get property value and provide the name of the property. All right, so what name we are interested in? We are interested in the property value with name, property name with property with name request. Yeah, request. Okay, if you run this, you will see that the XML has been fetched. All right, now what we'll do is, in order to, let me expand this window a little bit so it's all right. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll store this XML request in a variable. Okay, so to store this, what we'll do is we'll define a variable. So let's say XML request, and we store this request in this variable. Okay, now the next step comes into this XML parsing is that you define the new XML holder object. So how you'll define new XML holder object is just say def and you say sample, just provide any name here. So I'll say sample XML request that we are building, and we'll say new XML holder, and then you are creating an object of this particular XML. Okay, so we have created the new object for this XML request, right? And this is pretty similar to the programming languages that you use. So creating the new object is basically calling the method and providing the parameter of the request that you have stored here in this. All right, so the next step is to add the values in this particular XML at particular nodes. Okay, so now you have sample XML request object. Now in this object you can parse, basically you can traverse to the nodes. Okay, so how can you provide the values? Okay, how you can add the values to these nodes? So what you need to do is, through Groovy you need to pass on the values for int a and int b automatically using the Groovy script. Okay, so to do that, what you need to do is just say sample XML request. All right, and then call the method set node value. All right, so set node value is the method that takes two parameters. First one is the XPath location, and second one is the actual value. All right, so that's how it is done. So the value, the first is the XPath. So let's see what the XPath is. So this int a is the child of tem add. Okay, so how we can define the XPath is we just say double slash, forward slash, and then forward slash, because tem int a is the child of tem add. Okay, so that's forward slash a, and then the value. Okay, so where do we need to fetch these values from? From the custom properties, wherever, you know, like say for example we have defined some custom properties at the test suite level, okay, or the test case level, and you want to fetch these properties. So those values we can pass here. So let's first fetch these properties, which is similar to what we have seen in the previous tutorial. So we'll say test runner, and then we just want to fetch these properties. So test runner dot test case dot get property value, and which property we are looking for? We are looking for the value for a, and we are storing this value in the variable a. Similarly, let's fetch another property b and store the value of that particular property in variable b, so that we can pass these values here. Okay, so what now we'll do is I'll just pass these values that I have picked from these properties to the nodes. All right. So just to reiterate, what we have done is the first step is to import the XmlHolder class. That's very important if you want to work or if you want to do XML parsing in SoapUI. Okay. Now the second step is to basically get the property value of that whole XML request, okay, or whole XML. So for example, this add request or multiply request, second step is to get this whole request and store it into a variable, okay, which I have defined XML rec, and I have stored this request in this variable. Okay. Now third step is to define the XML sample XML request and create a new object for this particular request. Okay. We have created a new object, and then from the new object we are setting the value. So once we have the object, now we can modify, we can traverse the XML and we can set node values to the values that we have defined at that particular test case level or test suite level. So for example, we want to insert the values which are defined at the test suite level. We just need to change this to test suite and get property value. So we can just say test suite and dot get property value. All these we have anyways covered in the last tutorial in detail, right? And now we have done all that. So set node value is basically now setting up the value A and B in that particular nodes of the add XML or add soap request. Okay. Now what's the last and final step is, you just say def final, just define any name, and then it's a sample XML request and then dot get XML. Okay. Now what this method will do is this will actually generate the updated XML. Dot get XML is basically this will automatically generate the XML request with the values populated A and B, which are the values here. So these two values will be populated in the XML request, and that's what get XML does. Okay. Now if you run this, oops, there is some error. Let's see what error is it. So unable to resolve class. So yeah, you can see here the spelling is not correct, right? So that's what these errors will help you to understand. So basically, if you just go through the first line, in most of the cases you will be able to resolve the issues very easily. Okay, so if I just change the spelling or correct the spelling, then it will be fine. So XmlHolder, and if you run it, now you can see that the updated XML is there, okay, with the value 234 has been populated. Okay, now let's see why this value in int b is not populated. Let's see what the issue is. Okay, the issue is because we have given the same tag int a. If you see this XML here, so the next tag is, or the next node is int b, right? And in this Groovy script here we have given the same tag. Okay, so I have to change it to int b. Run again, and now you can see int a has been populated with 1 3 and int b has been populated with 2 3 4, which are the values coming from your end-to-end test custom properties with name A and B. So that is a brief about creating the XML or accessing. First thing is to accessing the XML request, then parsing the XML, and then populating the required XML with the required values through Groovy script. So pretty simple, just couple of lines of codes in Groovy, and you are ready to have your request XML to be sent automatically using this script. So in next tutorial, what we'll see is we'll continue further and see how you can make this XML and submit or send this XML and verify the responses coming through by the Groovy script. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching.